Welcome back to the Romanian Reaver channel and my playthrough of Atom RPG. Okay, so let's see. When were we last time? Ah yes, around this lovely place wherein I can probably rob some graves if I had a fucking shovel. However, I could just run around and see if I can find... Interesting. There's also that I can take care of. Yeah, I'm gonna go take care of that. Ooh. Ooh, you hit me, you bastard. Did I just... yeah. Okay, eat that, eat this. There we go. Break it, baby. Still nothing. Let's see in here what we can find. After saving, of course. Before you stands a plump, red-faced man of around 25 with a neatly trimmed beard. By the way, if you guys hear anything in the background, windows open. Can't really be bothered. Stewing myself in 30-degree heat. He's wearing a white shirt with some rather short shorts. That's a bad mental image. In his hands, there's a clean towel he uses to swat annoying flies. Upon seeing you, the man gives you a wide smile. Ooh, a customer. Welcome to the tavern. You travelers should keep on coming. What do you mean? Well, you're here right now, and not so long ago an armed band came through the village. People with guns usually mean trouble in these parts, but they were nice and civil, just like real army men. Can you tell me more? Not much more to tell. They weren't chatty. Our village head wanted to speak to them about some issue, but they just left, so I don't think he was able to strike any kind of deal. They talked to our gate guard more than anyone else. His name is Ian. If you want to know more, I suggest you speak to him. Anyway, maybe you'd like something to drink or eat. Any jobs in my need for? You should talk to my sister about that. I'm a simple fellow myself. I can sell you beer or I can sell you spirits. That I do gladly. Need something done around the house? A light bulb screwed in or a chair fixed, for example? Just give me a call. But save the more serious stuff for Katya's ears. She's the proactive one. He looks at a young lady nearby who seems to be lost in some calculations. It's just that she's pretty busy right now, tallying expenses, planning the budget, you know. And when Katya's busy, it's pretty hard to get her attention. Oh, but I just thought of something. You know what she loves? Making all sorts of potions, tinctures, and spirits. Can't really understand why, but she's quite into all that chemistry stuff. Thanks for the advice. Thanks, I'll go now. Hold on, friend, maybe you'd like to hear... Okay, let's hear it. It's a simple matter, a small job really. What I need is for you to bring me this book I ordered, but it's all the way over in... Abraham the bookseller has it at his store. I can't go get it myself because of my responsibilities at the bar. But I can see you travel a lot, so if you ever find yourself maybe you could pick it up for me. If you do, I'll be sure to compensate you for your trouble. It's a deal. If I ever go to I'll visit this Abraham character. The man looks over your map and marks the city with a cross. Whoa, thank you so much. Here's the receipt for the book. Show it to Abraham and I'll give it to you. Bartender hands you a small, thick square of paper. On it, written in a formidable cursive, are the words, "The owner of this document Radchenko VA or his legal proxy may obtain a copy of The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, translated to Russian by Bobir Z.A., after handing over this receipt. Signed by Mirkin AD. There's trash back there. Trash means loot. In most Russian games. Before you sits... she's kinda hot. A young woman. She is deep in concentration, writing in a yellowed notebook with the word accounting on the cover. She's completely immersed in this activity and does not notice you. Hello, your brother sent me over here. He says he might have a tincture for me to try out. The girl stops her calculations and stares at you blankly. After a moment she blinks, smiles, and tucks her tiny pencil stub behind her right ear. Great, I doubt you've ever drunk anything quite like it. It's a new recipe. Well, not really new, more like long forgotten. Can't wait to try it out. The girl nods and shows you to the dim, cold corner of the tavern. From behind the bar she produces a clay bottle labeled XXX. Jesus Christ. Here, drink it up. Boldly drink it down. Take a sip. The drink has a strange sour taste. You shrug and hand the bottle back to the girl. You don't feel intoxicated or even nauseous. You feel that you should take another sip. You take the bottle back and have another. What harm can a few more sips do? Now your head begins to spin. Nothing unusual about that, right? You have full sensation in your limbs like normal. But then you feel them floating around, as if the air has suddenly turned to water. Your mouth is very dry, so you wet it with another sip of the tincture. From some distant place you hear the girl calling to you. Don't do it, but you already did. The world stops around you. You also stop. But your mind is racing with thoughts which arrive with exceptional clarity and speed. Why are you here? Why am I here? Why did I drink that stuff? Why? The sound of your own musings is to you like the roll of distant thunder. It's growing nearer every second. You suddenly comprehend that you thought was thunder is actually footsteps. From out the misty void, General Morozov appears before you. You looking for me? He asks, his voice like 100 voices in one. You cannot reply. You're frozen. Yeah, you're looking for me, says Morozov, and takes your hand. Let's go. You walk through the dead grey mist together, Morozov in front, you following behind. The general is calm and assured. You have nothing better to do than simply follow him. Finally the mist parts and a strangely beautiful sight appears. There are mushrooms here. You've arrived at an unreal primordial mushroom forest. Their huge trunks are thicker than the biggest oaks you've ever seen. Their tops like giant umbrellas obscuring the sky. The general continues to lead you forward, weaving his way between the massive mushroom stems. Your tour through the fantastic forest stops suddenly at a truly colossal mushroom, the biggest of them all. This is God, says Morozov, but you can't see the general anymore, because he is speaking from within you. He's talking from your head, using your mouth. You are General Morozov. Suddenly the ground beneath your feet begins to shake and you almost lose your balance. It seems like an earthquake, but when the shaking stops you look up and scream, for the colossal mushroom now has a human face. Bow, orders the mushroom god, and you fall senseless. Your hair turns off for a few hours, for how many hours you do not know. When you finally wake up, you do not feel any of the usual symptoms of heavy drinking from the day before. Oh shit. He's alive, Asya, he's alive. The girl is holding you up so you don't collapse completely. Your stability is returning as the tincture leaves your system. The bartender, swearing to himself, wipes the sweat from his brow. How are you feeling? Surprisingly well, actually. It's a good thing you have such a hardy constitution. I'm so sorry I made the tincture too strong. How stupid of me. I nearly killed a man. I feel terrible about this. Yeah, the girl exhales and gives you a smile. We took good care of your stuff while you slept. You check your belongings, discover that you have not been wrong. Miracles are real after all. Still don't understand why it turned out so strong. Here's my grandfather's recipe as recorded by my grandmother. She says, speaking to herself mostly. Anyway, we need to talk. We gotta be sure your brain is completely recovered. That's a good idea. I'm listening. Okay, what are you doing? The girl looks tiredly at her notebook. It's quite okay. Trying to make ends meet. My brother Vasya and I, we own this tavern. He tends the bar, I do all the math and pay our taxes, the village head. Organ donors are still outside, it seems, even in a city 700 kilometers away from the last location. Anyway, I also sometimes can call new beverages for our customers. Some I make from all recipes, some I create myself. We distill it and sell it right here. I love that particular job, but I can't be a brewer without taking care of the bookkeeping and taxes. So here I am. Yeah, no getting around that stuff. Okay, I'm looking for work. Can you point me to some opportunities? Everyone's looking for work around here, so I'm afraid I can't help myself. But I could put in a word for you with Comrade Kovalev, our village head. He's always had some work. He always has some work to be done. Though he won't do business with someone he's never seen before, recommending a stranger is kind of unprofessional. Maybe if you'd help me with some chores first. I feel better about giving you an introduction. What do you need help with? I'm ashamed to ask, but I need some toadstools and I don't have time to go picking on my own. Maybe you could help me out. Just 5 toadstools would do. They grow on the other side of the fence, not far from here. What do you think? Look, I'm trustworthy. Maybe you could skip the mushroom part and get straight to cooperation? Failure. My family's quite respecting these parts, and I won't gamble our reputation on someone I don't really know. If you change your mind about the mushrooms, come find me, but without proving yourself, I can't give you a recommendation. Fine, I'll get you the mushrooms. Okay. You see a man wearing a tinfoil hat. He's shifting from one foot to the other, and from time to time shouts out nonsense phrases. Small pig is sitting at his feet, obviously the madman's companion. As you come closer, the man immediately clamps his lips shut. His insane gaze stops darting about and focuses on you. The idiot has come to look in the mirror, and the mirror is calling him an idiot. What do you want? Do you want to ride oink? Now let a pig piggyback a pig. Piggyback a pig. Jesus Christ. That wouldn't be right. Bring me a human and Oink will give him a ride. For money, that is. For expensive coin to get his daddy some firewater. What's wrong with you? Right. What's wrong with me? Everything's right with me. Riki, Tiki, Tavi, right. Let me rephrase my question. Okay. I suspect that guy is a bit insane in the membrane. Ooh, there is some stuff in here. Before he stands an old woman leaning on a cane. No, it's a cane, I see. She's wearing a black dress and a black headscarf. Under her black eyebrows hide her black eyes, still sharp and revealing the glimmer of youth. Now can I ask some questions? I'm listening. How's life? We do not complain, this village has stood through a lot. It may seem like we don't have any willpower left, but I still believe that the people of this village have some fight in them. Okay, another question. Okay, I may not be able to remember how old I am, but I still remember my life. I would not part with its story to someone I don't really know. Beg your pardon. What's new around the village? If you're asking simply out of boredom, you excuse me if I don't answer you. But if you're asking to hear some valuable information for yourself, I'm sorry because I doubt our village holds any kind of knowledge. Rumors, I would be better off if I hadn't heard them. Before it all, there was another life. Me and my husband, we were given a set of silverware for our wedding. It was so amazing. Oh, such luxury it was. But nowadays, beautiful things that were once loved are worth nothing. I heard that in some village far away, some man made a whole lump of tellurium into nails. Such a waste of precious metal, young man. Oh, the humanity. Yep, well, better go. That would do. Okay, let's see in here. people, if I can help it. You turn the handle, but the thing doesn't work. Maybe you need to fix the palm first. I'm gonna guess that needs somebody to do some maintenance work on it. Where he stands, a shortish woman with a candy face. She's wearing a simple dress. On her head is a linen headscarf which she wears like a bandana of sorts. How you can ask this question? The woman gives you a warm smile and eagerly nods. It seems like that she would love to chat. A warm howdy to you too, young man. Ask all the questions you want. How's life here? Good. Well, at least I think so. Some of the people are grumpy, like my husband for example. They say it's no way to live with all the bandits and constant drought. But that's just their survival instinct speaking. In reality, other villages have it far worse than us. It's easy and fun to live in Orla if you're not scared of manual labor, that is. You got that right. Can I have something else? Tell me about yourself. There's so much to tell. Well, before the war, I was a history teacher in the high school village. I love history, though I forgot much of it. And I love kids. It's just sad how they grow up so fast. Me and my husband, by the way, we have 3 sons. They're grown men nowadays. Each went away, his own way. The other one and the second one probably forgot us already. They never visit. Both of them are living in blah. I'd love to know what they do for a living though. Back when he visited me, I asked my eldest son, what's your job in the city? Does it pay well? He just mumbled something like, keep calm mother, everything is fine. Same story with my other son. They probably got that attitude from their father. He's also the silent type. My youngest, on the other hand, he took after me. He's all smiles, you know, and he loves to chat, but I'm worried silly about him. He's a caravan guard, you know. I always nag him about it. I tell him to go live with his siblings in the big city. He just laughs it off. Stubborn, just like his old dad. Okay, another question. What's new around the village? There's always something new in the village. Sometimes a cow gives birth, at other times the water tower stops working. We've got a trader who just recently came to live here, right from Little City. The woman approaches you and whispers in your ear secretively. Also, recently our tech specialist disappeared. He's one hell of a drunkard. Sometimes he gets on such crazy binges and it becomes scary. But this time, I'm sure he didn't disappear because of his bad habit. I think it's because he was bragging his last days in the village, bragging about becoming, she stares around before saying, becoming a millionaire. Quite a mystery, right? Just something like Sherlock Holmes would try to solve. Are any rumors? Are from the other gals that there's this place called Algier. It's sunny all year long, you know, and there's women only resort built there. Wow, Algier. Oh, must be amazing to get some rest in such a lovely place. It's just that my husband will never let me go. And even if he would, I would not trust him with the household for the time I'd be away, even if it's just a week. That's a trust issue. Okay, I'm going to go now. Interesting. That kinda looks like a shop. Before you stands a thin middle-aged man. His bony face blooms with a slightly forced smile when he notices you. Good day. For your perusal, guns of all kinds. Pre-war, hot off the workbench. Rifles, shotguns, pistols from the best armorsmiths, or gunsmiths, of the West. All my weapons are of the highest quality. If it explodes in your hands, your money back, guaranteed. Hey, how about a discount since I'm new in town? Failure. Sorry, friend, my prices are already the best in the West. If you don't want to buy anything, then don't. But I just can't slash my prices any further. Well, it was worth a try. I'd like to see your wares. 86 rubles. Oh, .30 ruble. Buy rubles with rubles. Wouldn't mind the club, to be honest. But I don't have the dex for it. I like to ask some questions. The trader seems a bit underwhelmed, but keeps his smile in case he'd still like to buy something. How's business? It's fair. You must know that everyone in the Waste needs weapons. They're invaluable. Sure, one could run around out there with a shiv, but how far is someone like that going to make it? I'll tell you, as far as the nearest tavern, where the local peasants will bash their skull in with shovels, or the nearest ditch where the wild hounds will finish them off. Okay. What there is to tell? Before I came to this village, I worked in a large city to the south of here. You know, Lulu. It's quite the city, a real center of the region. So many people there. Life was bustling, I'm gonna guess. After I got tired of that, I came here for some fresh air. That's that. See, can I add something else? Any good rumors? One of my relatives is a caravan driver. He works everywhere from the Red Partisan area to the Khrushchev Badlands. Khrushchev Badlands, that's interesting. Well, he told me that there's an abandoned town plagued by some strange anomalies. Stalker, anyone? Seems if you stay there for the night, you will have terrible nightmares. Worse, on top of the stories, the buildings' green lights can be seen, and people hear voices. But that's not even the scariest part yet. He told me that his caravan had this boy as part of the crew. So one day he comes up to my relative and says his pal is calling him in the basement because he found some pre-war tins there. Well, my relative says gave his okay, the kid, and then forgot about it. But the kid, he never came back. He's been missing ever since. So some men from the crew go down in the basement the kid was talking about, and they found only a fresh pool of blood. That's it. And the man who the boy thought was calling him from the basement wasn't even near the place the day before. Some believe that hellspawns are living in that city now. Some others think it's home to guests from the stars. But I think this story is a great example of why you should not buy. Who would have known? Okay. Okay, so I need to find some way to arm myself. Or find some toast tools. One of both, actually. There's one. There's a rat. Oh, two rats. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna charge this guy and hopefully hit him. This is funny, really. There we go. And now that I think about it, I should probably try and do some crafting. Only 10 saves. That's a bit disappointing. I need duct tape though. Come on, hit him. Ouch. Dumb rats. That's just one of them. You'd think those would be toadstools as well, but yeah. In any case, I just noticed it's 27 minutes more or less. I'm going to have to leave it off here now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how the apocalyptic waste of Russia find ways to kill me next time. Because I have a suspicion I'm going to die a couple of times doing this sort of crap with our weapon. Well, a real one at least. Thank you for watching, or more precisely surviving up until this point, because gods know the editing's kinda interesting and my voice has a melodic tone to it. If you like what you saw, feel free to hit the subscribe button, like button. It does help out the statistics of the channel, gets more visible, you know, stuff like that. And to be honest, at one point I would like to actually make this a job so I can do better content with better quality, more games, more coverage, you know, stuff like that. Take care.